Going on, family? I am very excited to get into another song from Raye today, and today again it is going to be at the lovely hands of our friend Rana. She is the one where you could guys honestly think that she's the one who definitely keeps me on the Raye path. I feel like she had a handful of suggestions for good songs recently, and I told her I was like, I don't know what kind of mood and vibe I'm in today, but when she mentioned Raye, I was like, perfect, give me a Raye song. So she's like, hey, here's a handful of them, and this one sounded good. So today we're going to check out the official visualizer for Mary Jane. So let's go ahead and get into
it. Mary Jane, sweet, sweet Mary Jane, when you touch my mouth, I levitate. You take these bitter thoughts in my brain and let them fall like summer rain. Sweet Mary Jane.
I have to say, like, already off the rip, I'm digging the vibe and the energy. It's got like when you see a song with like a title like Mary Jane, right? Like your mind is automatically gonna go in a direction, right? So there's probably like some stereotype mindsets that you guys might have had if you've never heard a song like this before or heard this particular song from Raye, that you probably had a thought in your mind of maybe what it kind of sounded like too. And I like the fact that it sounds nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's got like a really like old school like dive bar rock kind of like jazzy riff that they're playing. You know what I mean? It's a fucking vibe, man. You know what I mean? It sounds like she's playing this shit like sitting on a bar stool like in a room down in Louisiana or some shit. You know what I mean? It's a fucking vibe. I also like the fact that it's like a red and white like videotape, which is like not green at all. You know what I mean? So again, like all the stereotypes of things that you would think naturally with the subject matter like this, not what you're getting. So love that.
Codeine, silent, marvelous codeine.
Oh, baby, now we're talking to him.
How I miss your chemical hug since I've been clean. Ooh, you hold me better than any man did, and no one's done it like you since. Codeine, sweet, sweet, sweet. Red wine, you always gave.
Oh boy, man. She's just going again, this is not your typical pop star. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just going down the list of vices. You know what I'm saying? She's like, let's start with Mary Jane, and we're going to jump into codeine, and now we're going to get into that red wine. Oh boy. I love it. I love like just how raw, like, and everything that she does. You know what I mean? Like, she's giving you her on display with in every song that she does. Even the simple ones like this, you know what I mean? Like, we're just gonna go down the list of my vices, you know what I mean? And it's just, I feel it, you know what I mean? I feel it, like I feel her pain. I feel like I know what that's like to just like when you just think about how like these things that you choose to like try to help cope with life a little bit, you know what I mean? And like the sweet sensations that they can be, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things a lot of things that are good for that make us happy and bring joy to our lives are a lot of times not good for us. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times they're like manufactured You know what I mean? When you drink red wine, you're manufacturing something. You know what I mean? When you smoke Mary Jane, you are manufacturing something. Like you are giving yourself and providing your body something that it's not naturally doing, or it's not naturally creating or providing. Like love. Love is something that you don't have to do anything to create it, to feel it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I talk a lot about how love and connection are the most important things on the planet. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't require anything. It doesn't require anything at all. But just your body will naturally feel it. Your body will naturally create and produce those emotions because it is something that's real. You know what I mean? And like at the end of the day, that's what we talk about a lot on here and just in general, right? About like when it comes to like just even my depression and stuff like that, where like I'm always like on a constant like search to find something that's like real. You know what I mean? Where it makes me feel something. It makes me feel like it reminds me of something. You know what I mean? And like that's why I like artists like Raye, because no matter what she's talking about, even if it's my experience, I feel her. You know what I mean? Because I can relate, and there's something about like her openness that is just so relatable to me in terms of like how she puts herself on display that way. You know what I mean? Where she's saying all the things that people will criticize her for. You know what I mean? Like even a song like this, the song's called Mary Jane, you know, when she's talking about, oh, she's glorifying these things. You know what I mean? Like that's how they can spin this, saying like, oh, she's saying it's great to do all this stuff and you should do it. That's not what she's saying. It's just her experience. It's her, you know, nobody wants to become an alcoholic. Nobody wants to get addicted to drugs. You know what I mean? But it happens. You know what I mean? And people aren't bad people for that happening to them. Or, you know, it's when you make the conscious efforts to not make those changes, and when you're going too far. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to be sad and lonely and depressed and an alcoholic or a drug addict. Nobody wants that. It's not anybody's desire to end up in those positions. But there's a reason why they end up there. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it's because people eventually end up down those paths and those roads. And that's where good people, community, the idea of all those things is the most important thing, because, you know, we all got taught when we were growing up that like there were going to be people and friends out there that were going to be bad influences on us. You know what I mean? And I think that is going back to the idea of the company that you keep. You know what I mean? And the company that you keep tells a lot about your character. And it's difficult sometimes when I can't be around people because of the beliefs that they have and the things that they stand on and the hills that they die on. But I can't stand next to you because I don't believe in what you represent. Does that make sense? And it's difficult to separate yourself from that. I had a conversation with somebody last night that kind of helped remind me of that, where as much as I might want somebody to be one way or feel something, it's not my fault if they don't. You know what I mean? All I can try to do is try to express how I feel about that in those situations. And if they choose to, they can either choose to accept or reject that. And it's difficult when those people are the people that you expect to listen and support you. And sometimes they don't. And I can feel, it can feel pretty bad. And it can feel pretty lonely. Because people can tell you all day long that they love you but you don't feel loved. You know what I mean? And then somebody else, like you don't even know, could tell you that they love you, and that means everything. Because you actually felt it. You believe that they meant it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like the sad reality sometimes. Is sometimes I think the people that we're looking for the approval from the most are the ones that we're never going to get it from. And I feel like that goes into so many different aspects of everything. It's not the people you want, the people that you want that from, are the people that are never give it to you. And we'll spend our whole lives chasing it. And sometimes we got to take a look in the mirror and say it's not worth the effort. Because if somebody, why chase that person's love when this person over here wants to love you? You know what I mean? All right, let's get back in the song.
Be the best advice. Give me courage to call the man who makes me cry. And I bought 3 bottles, cause I tend to drink you dry. Oh, how we've danced tonight. Raye. Sweet, sweet, sweet. We'd had quite the year. You showed me love so pure, so strong, then left me in bed so alone. You're a stone cold bitch in the morning, aren't you? Aren't you, Mandy? Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything more for you guys on this one. I feel like I kind of already said it all. How I feel about this one. I like this one a lot. Like a lot. I'll go ahead and add it to the playlist right now so I don't forget. Even though I have a feeling I won't forget this one, because I'm probably gonna go and listen to this right after we get off of here. Probably tonight, some point in the evening. I'm going to just go ahead and add it to my queue already, because it'll probably get listened to. But thank you so much, Rana, for the suggestion on this one. I know you didn't necessarily pick it, but you threw up a plethora. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion on this one for sure. Definitely always happy to do a Raye reaction for sure. I think that she's great. I think that she's incredibly talented. And I just like that she is a different kind of pop star. You know what I mean? Where when I look at her, I think of her as as a pop star because they try to make her one. But she never, I don't really feel like, lost herself through that. And I think that's what makes her really special and dope. You know what I mean? So shout out to Raye, shout out to Rana, and shout out to all you out there. Be kind to a stranger today. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.